You're listening to Immortal Technique, and this is Revolutionary Volume 2, bringing you the truth in the form of hip-hop. From Death Row, this is Mumia Abu Jamal.
Yeah, it's that real this time around. Immortal Technique, Revolutionary Volume 2. It's on now, motherfucker. Lock and load. This is the point of no return, I can never go back. Life without parole, upstage, shackled and trapped. Living in the hole, looking at the world through a crack. But fuck that, I'd rather shoot it out and get clapped. I've gone too far, there ain't no coming back for me. Auschwitz gas chamber full of Zyklon B. Just like the Spanish exterminating Tainos, raping the black and Indian women, creating Latinos. Motherfuckers made me out of self-righteous hatred, and now you got yourself a virus, stuck in the matrix, a suicide bomber, strapped and ready to blow. Lethal injection, strapped down, ready to go. Don't you understand? They'll never let me live out in peace. Concrete jungle, guerrilla war out in the streets. Nat Turner with the sickle, pitchfork and machete. The end of the world, motherfucker, you not ready. This is the point of no return, and nobody can stop it. Malcolm Little when he knelt before Elijah Muhammad, the comet that killed the dinosaurs, changing the earth. They love to criticize, they always say I changed for the worse. Like prescription pills when you misusing them, nigga. The Templar Knights when they took Jerusalem, nigga, and figured out what was buried under Solomon's temple, Al-Aqsa. The name is not coincidental. I know too much, the government is trying to murder me. No coming back like cutting your wrists open vertically. How could the serpent be purposely put in charge of the country? Genetic engineered sickness spread amongst me. My people are so hungry that they attack without reason, like a fucking dog ripping off the hand that feeds him. Immortal Technique is treason to the Patriot Act. So come and get me, motherfucker, cause I'm not coming back. This is the point from which I can never return, and if I back down now, then forever I burn. This is the point from which I can never retreat, cause if I turn back now, there can never be peace. This is the point from which I will die, succeed, live in the struggle. I know I'm alive when I bleed. From now on, it can never be the same as before, cause the place that I'm from doesn't exist anymore. This is the point of no return, nigga, you better believe this. Mary Magdalene giving birth to the children of Jesus. The evolution of the world, bloody and dramatic. Human beings killing monkeys to conquer the planet. The kingdoms of Africa and Mesopotamia. Machine gun your body with depleted uranium. This is the age of microchips and titanium. The dark side of the moon, in contact with aliens. I started out like Australians, criminal minded, broke into hell, tore it down and built a city behind it. Southpaw, murderous methodology, nigga. Remember that I'm just a man, don't follow me, nigga. Cause once you pass the point, you can never go home. You gotta face the possibility of dying alone. So tell me, motherfucker, how could you die for the throne when you don't even got the fucking heart to die for your own? It rains acid, one day the earth will cry from a stone, and you'll be looking at the world living inside of a dome. Computerized humanity living inside of a clone. This is the place where the unknown is living and real. Wormwood, the Planet X, and the Seventh Seal. Universal truth is not measured in mass appeal. This is the last time that I kneel and pray to the sky, cause almost everything that I was ever told was a lie. This is the point from which I can never return, and if I back down now, then forever I burn. This is the point from which I can never retreat, cause if I turn back now, there can never be peace. This is the point from which I will die, succeed, live in the struggle. I know I'm alive when I bleed. From now on, it can never be the same as before, cause the place that I'm from doesn't exist anymore.
I've heard whispers about the financial support your government receives from the drug industry.
Well, the irony of this, of course, is that this money, which is in the billions, is coming from your country. You see, you are the major purchaser of our national product, which is, of course, cocaine.
On one hand, you're saying the United States government is spending millions of dollars to eliminate the flow of drugs onto our streets. At the same time, we are doing business with the very same government that is flooding our streets with cocaine.
Sí. Let me show you a few of the other characters that are involved in this tragic comedy.
Oye, Luis, ¿cuándo van a terminar? on the border of Bolivia, working for pennies, treated like a slave. The coca fields have to be ready. The spirit of my people is starving, broken and sweaty, dreaming about revolution, looking at my machete. But the workload is too heavy to rise up in arms, and if I ran away, I know they'd probably murder my moms. So I pray to Jesucristo when I go to the mission, process the cocaine paste and play my position.
Okay, listen, Juan Valdez, just get me my product before we chop off your hands for workers' misconduct. I got the power to shoot a copper and not get charged, and it would be sad to see your family in front of a firing squad. So to feed your kids, I need these bricks, 40 tons in total, let me test it. Indeed, shit, this is good, pass me a tissue and don't worry about them, I paid off the official.
Yo, it don't come as a challenge, I'm the son of some of the foulest, elected by my people, the only one on the ballot, born and bred to consort with feds. I laugh at fate and assassinate my predecessor to have his place in a third world fascist state. Lock the nation with 90% of the wealth and 10% of the population. A central intelligence agency takes weight faithfully, the finest type of China white and cocaine you'll see.
Honey, I'm home, never mind when your bank account suddenly grown. It's funny, we're so out of this debt for this money we owe with ya. When have I told you that I had two governments overthrown to keep our son enrolled in a private school and to keep our tummy swollen? Come on, our fucking home was built on a foundation of bloody throats, the hungry stolen of their souls. Of course this country's running coke, I took a stunning oath to hush the ones who know. The CIA conducts the flow for these young hustlers that lust for dough.
I go work in the hood, hit my connect, that's what's really good, and supply work to the hood. These suits fucking crack me up, scrutinized like we inferior, petrified when we meet in my area. My groove will shoot till I say so. You got the loot, give me the yay like Ice Cube, so don't play with my yayo. We won't stop for you bastards, my street scramblers, chop it and bag it.
Taking pictures and tapping phones, debating snitches and cracking codes. Fast to cuff or blast the foe on any hustler stacking dough. Just pump the crack or blow, and my overtime is where your taxes go. Or gain your trust, get you the hand wait to us, cause we paid up front on the low with cameras taping ya. Getting pop or wait, the prison sentence is doomed. Make the collar to leave with 2 keys out the evidence room.
Went my fame, truck, boat, or plane, they watching you. You think you got work? They copping too. We control blocks, they lock countries and own companies. We had nice cars and sneaker money. Now it's players out there talking about they holding with bugs in their house like they down south with windows open. Your dough ain't long, you wrong, you take shorts and soon feds will be up in your mouth like forks and spoons. So enjoy the rush, live plush off coke bread. Soon you'll be in a cell with me like Jenny Lopez. In the school I was a bully, now life is fully a joke. I keep afloat on a boat for Peruvian coke. Players do favors for governors and tax makers. Fat Quakers smoke crack and sex acts with bad mayors. The walls got ears, you big mouths probably scared, not prepared to do years like Javier.
The story just told is an example of the path that drugs take on their way to every neighborhood in every state in this country. It's a lot deeper than the niggas on your block. So when they point the finger at you, brother man, this is what you gotta tell them.
I'm not guilty. You're the one who's guilty. Lawmakers, the politicians, the Colombian drug lords, all you who lobby against making drugs legal, just like you did with alcohol during the Prohibition. You're the one who's guilty. I mean, come on, let's kick the ballistics here. Ain't no Uzis made in Harlem. Not one of us in here owns a poppy field. This thing is bigger than
Immortal Technique.
This is big business. This is the American way.
Harlem Streets stay flooded in white powder, like those motherfuckers running away from the Twin Towers. Gunshots rock the earth like a meteor shower. Bowling for Columbine fair, giving the media power. Innocence devoured like a chicken spot snack box. Government cocaine cooked into ghetto crack rock. Corrupt cops, false testimony at your arraignment. Check the check, constant struggle to make the payments. Working your whole life wondering where the day went. The subway stays packed like a multicultural slave ship. It's rush hour, 2:30 to 8 non-stopping, and people coming home after corporate sharecropping and fuck flossing. Mothers are trying to feed children, but gentrification is kicking them out of they building. A generation of babies born without health care, families homeless, thrown the fuck off the welfare. killing fields uptown. We live in distress and hang the flag upside down. The sound of conservative politicians on television. People in the hood are blind, so they tell us to listen. They vote for us to go to war instantly, but none of their kids serve in the infantry. The odds are stacked against us like a casino. Think about it, most of the army is black and Latino. And if you can't acknowledge the reality of my words, you just another stupid motherfucker out on the curb, trying to escape from the ghetto with your ignorant ways. But you can't read history at an illiterate stage, and you can't raise a family on minimum wage. Why the fuck you think most of us are locked in a cage? I give niggas the truth, cause they pride is indigent. You better off rich and guilty than poor and innocent. But I'm sick of feeling impotent, watching the world burn in the era of apocalypse, waiting my turn. I'm a Harlem nigga that's concerned with the future, and if you're in my way, it'd be an honor to shoot ya, uproot ya with the evil that grows in my people, making them deceitful, cannibalistic and lethal. But I see through the mentality implanted in us, and I educate my fam about who we should trust. Homicide, Harlem, blam, what's the problem? Homicide, Harlem, blam, what's the problem? Homicide, Harlem, blam, what's the problem? Homicide, Harlem, blam, what's the problem?
Message erased. First saved message. Received May 8th at 4:09 a.m.
Hi, piece of shit. You might as well erase this message too. It's not nice like the other ones. Yeah, you wanted to call me a psycho. I'll show you psycho. I will show you psycho. Asshole.
I'm obnoxious, motherfucker, can't you tell? Run through Little Havana yelling Viva Fidel, jerking off with the sheets when I stay at hotels, drinking Bacardi at AA meetings, smoking the L. I'm broke as hell, my attitude is no good, like working for white people after watching Rosewood. So I'm a mercenary, I don't care how I get richer, like American companies that did business with Hitler. Get the picture, nigga? I'm the best of both worlds without the hidden camera and the 12-year-old girl. Let's face it, you're basic, you aren't half the man that I am. I'll throw your gang sign up, and then I'll spit on my hand. Give me 100 grand, give me your watch, give me your chain. That's your girl? Bitch, get over here, give me some brain. I'll bust off on her face, and right after this segment, she'll probably rub it in her pussy, trying to get herself pregnant. I said it, I meant it. That's the way I deal with enemies like pro-lifers that support the death penalty. And don't talk about war when niggas know that you puss. A fucking hypocrite, draft dodger like George Bush. Don't push me, nigga, cause I'm close to the edge, and I'll jump off with a rope that's wrapped around your head. Send a dead fetus to my ex on Valentine's Day. The safety's off, nigga, so get the fuck out my way. Obnoxious, nigga, murderous lyrics, I know that you hear it. Now that I'm getting closer and closer, I know that you feel it. You eating off rap, and I hope you choke on your gimmick. Niggas said hip-hop was dead, but I'm invoking the spirit. We taking it back in the day to the golden age when whack motherfuckers used to get thrown off stage. Immortal Technique, I made this to bump in your ride, or burn it off the internet and bump it outside. Nigga, we keeping it live, we keeping it live, we keeping it live, we keeping it live. Burn it off the fucking internet and bump it outside. Look, motherfucker, my words damage and slaughter. A raging alcoholic like the president's daughter's disgusting flow like third world country tap water. But before I hit the border, someone give me a quarter, cause I'm a prank call, cop shot just for kicks. Payback for every time that they called me a spick. And Puerto Rican chicks tell me that I'll fuck like I'm loco. And Dominican women call me the rompetoto. They call me ocioso, I'd rather get fired than quit. I get unemployment, you work, and we making the same shit. How dare you niggas criticize the way that I spit? You coffee shop revolutionary son of a bitch. But you know what the fuck I think is just pathetic and gay? When niggas speculate what the fuck Pac would say. You don't know shit about a dead man's perspective, and talking shit to get your neck bone disconnected, disrespected. Niggas don't show no love. Why you tryna be hardcore, you fucking homo thug? And don't be sensitive and angry at the shit that I wrote. Cause if you can take a fucking dick, you can take a joke. I'll choke your friends in front of you to prove that you falling off, and you won't do shit about it. Like the church during the Holocaust, Kalashnikov, machine gun flow that I fire. Obnoxious until they shoot me on the day I retire. Obnoxious nigga, murderous lyrics, I know that you hear it. Now that I'm getting closer and closer, I know that you feel it. You eating off rap, and I hope you choke on your gimmick. Niggas said hip-hop was dead, but I'm invoking the spirit. We taking it back in the day to the golden age when whack motherfuckers used to get thrown off stage. Immortal Technique, I made this to bump in your ride, or burn it off the internet and bump it outside. Nigga, we keeping it live, we keeping it live, we keeping it live, we keeping it live. Burn it off the fucking internet and bump it outside. Damn, homie, in high school I beat the shit out of you and your man, homie. Your girl wanna blow me and don't even know me. She lonely and she think you a phony. I'll take a piss on a development deal from Sony or Def Jam, cause you like all of the rest, man. This ain't a verse, this shit talk at the end of the song. And you can suck a dick if you think I ended it wrong. Fuck you and I'm gone. Peace to the stronghold, EO Dub, word of mouth. Forbidden chapters, IOC niggas, wax pole, killing you slow. The plague, I'll murder a show, you don't even know, yeah. Foul play, nigga. Harlem. Woo! Before we go any further, I would like to send a message to all the underground MCs out there working hard. The time has come to realize your net worth in the market and stop being a fucking commodity. And if you didn't understand what I just said, then you already waiting to get fucked. For example, a lot of these promoters are doing showcases, throwing events, and not even paying the workhorses. They trying to get us to rock for the love of hip-hop or rock for the exposure. Look, man, I don't mind doing a guest spot for my peeps or doing a benefit show, but don't lie to me, pussy, cause I find out I'm paying your light bill, I'm fucking you up, nigga. Besides, you ain't doing this for the love, you ain't doing this for the exposure. You charging up to $10 at the door, and you ain't trying to give me shit? So wait a minute, you want me to go shopping, cook the food, and put it in front of you, but you won't let me sit down to eat with you? The fuck is that? Niggas need to start playing their position, man. Just cause you throw a party or host an event or an open mic or a showcase or a battle, that don't make you important at all. Without me and everybody like me out there, you ain't nothing but a good idea, motherfucker, so stay in your place. And to all these bitch-ass A&Rs who are too lazy to come up with a way to sell records, so they keep recycling marketing schemes and imagery. Come on. There's a market for everything, man. There's a market for pet psychologists, nigga. There's a market for twisted shit fetish videos, for nipple rings, for river dancing, for chocolate-covered roaches. But you can't find one for cultured, hardcore reality and hip-hop? People like you, the house nigga executives, and them rich motherfuckers that own you. You the motherfucking machine, man. You and all these niggas talking about the same shit with the same flow over the same candy-ass beats. But I refuse to feed the machine, and I'm not giving any magazine money. So maybe my album won't get 5 mics or double XLs or 5 discs. Whatever, man. Fuck it. But then again, you don't own me, and none of you niggas ever will. If I'm feeling what you fight for, I'm rolling with you to the end. But if not, then fuck you. And the more that MCs, producers, DJs, and independent labels start to grasp the conceptuality of what their contribution to the business of hip-hop is, rather than just the music, the more the industry will be forced to change. Oh, and one last thing. You don't have to agree with everything I said, but don't ever be condescending to me. Bigging up your whack-ass friends that rhyme and being like, oh yeah, Immortal Technique, he's aight. No, nigga, your mom's pussy, that's aight, okay? Your people's getting shot dead in the street, that's aight. I'm the motherfucking Immortal Technique, nigga, the message and the money, and you ain't got either. Remember that, punk-ass motherfucker.
See, the black race can't afford you no more. Oh, there used to be a time we'd see somebody like you singing, clowning, yassa bossing, and we wouldn't do anything. Folks like that. You were good. Homie kind of nigga. When they needed somebody to mistreat, call a name or two, they paraded you. Reminded them of the good old days. Not no more. The day of the Geechee is gone, boy. And you going with it.
Yeah, nigga. Immortal Technique. Metaphysics. The bling bling era was cute, but it's about to be done. I'll leave you full of clips like the moon blocking the sun. My metaphors are dirty like herpes, but harder to catch. Like an escape tunnel in prison, I started from scratch, and now these parasites want 1% of my ass cap, trying to control perspective like an acid flashback. But here's a quotable for every single record exec: get your fucking hands out my pocket, nigga, like Malcolm X. But this ain't a movie, I'm not a fan or a groupie, and I'm not the type of cat you can afford to miss if you shoot me. Curse the heavens and laugh when the sky electrocutes me. Immortal Technique stuck in your thoughts, darkening dreams. No one's as good as me, they just got better marketing schemes. I lead you to your own destruction like sparking a fiend, cause you got jealousy in your voice like Starscream, and that's the primary reason that I hate y'all faggots. I've been nice since niggas got killed over 8-ball jackets and Reebok pumps that didn't do shit for the sneaker. I'm a heat seeker with features that'll reach through the speaker and murder counter-revolutionaries personally. Break a thermometer and force feed his kids mercury. A&Rs tried jerking me, thinking they call shots. Offered me a deal and a blanket full of smallpox. You're all getting shot, you little fucking treacherous bitches. This is the business, and y'all ain't getting nothing for free. And if you devils play broke, then I'm taking your company. You could call it reparations or restitution. Lock and load, nigga, industrial revolution. I want $53 million for my college stands, like the Bush administration gave to the Taliban. And fuck packing grams, nigga, learn to speak and behave. You wanna spend 20 years as a government slave? 2 million people in prison, keep the government paid. Stuck in a 6x8 cell, alive in the grave. I was made by revolution to speak to the masses. Deep in the club, toast the truth. Reach for your glasses, I'll burn an orphanage just to bring heat to you bastards. Innocent deep in the casket, Colombian fashion, intoxicated off the flow like Thug's passion. You motherfuckers will never get me to stop blasting. You better off asking Ariel Sharon for compassion. You better off begging for 20 points from a label. You better off battling cancer under telephone cables. Technique chemically unstable, set to explode. Foretold by the Dead Sea Scrolls, written in code. So if your message ain't shit, fuck the records you sold. Cause if you go platinum, it's got nothing to do with luck. It just means that 1 million people are stupid as fuck. Stuck in the underground, a general that rose to the limit. Without distribution managers, a dealer, a gimmick. Revolutionary Volume 2, murder the critics and leave your fucking body rotten for the roaches and crickets. This is the business, and y'all ain't getting nothing for free. And if you devils play broke, then I'm taking your company. You could call it reparations or restitution. Lock and load, nigga, industrial revolution. Yeah. Janeiro, nigga. Cape Town, South Africa. I never make songs to disrespect women or to judge people about the way that they livin', but the way I am is based on the life I was given. Like them white boys losing my religion. I used to be a Christian and a political pawn. The Bible is right and all your native culture is wrong. Next thing you know, you telling me about making a song. Come in the studio and tell me that I'm making it wrong. Pissed off cause reality is making it strong. Like the ghost of Timothy McVeigh making a bomb. Hey yo, Marvin Gaye, what the fuck is going on? These rap niggas made propaganda out of your song, but it's the Gong Show, amateur night at the Apollo. My dick is like my music, but harder to swallow. So children follow me like the Pied Piper and sing the chorus in the air with your blood and your lighter. Sing that shit, nigga, right now. You played yourself thinking you down with me. I'll end your life, nigga, don't fuck around with me. And if you kids can't listen, then you bound to see the way you get shot for crossing a boundary. You played yourself thinking that you down with me. I'll end your life, nigga, don't fuck around with me. And if you kids can't listen, then you bound to see the way you get shot for crossing a boundary. Yeah. The second verse is worse than the first in this respect. Scripted specifically to keep people in check. Harlem to Boston, real niggas spit with me. But land speed, you ain't fucking shit to me. And underground labels know that I don't trust you. You only independent till you major, so fuck you. And if you're pissed off cause you think that I dissed you, I'll rape your mom so we can make this a personal issue. Dance with the devil, remember that you're not on my level. Stupid, you're not ready. I want decipher, bragging rights and rock steady and practically every battle that they got in New York. And I'll still murder rappers on the street for sport. Dr. Guillotine cutting you short, little man. But you don't give me props cause I never wanted Scribble Jam. Well fuck you, I hope someone you love dies. So fuck your crew and fuck your family too. Technique said it, bitch, what the fuck you gon' do? You played yourself thinking you down with me. I'll end your life, nigga, don't fuck around with me. And if you kids can't listen, then you bound to see the way you get shot for crossing the boundary. You played yourself thinking that you down with me. I'll end your life, nigga, don't fuck around with me. And if you kids can't listen, then you bound to see the way you get shot for crossing the boundary. Wrap it up on these niggas, man, wrap it up. Immortal Technique, incinerate degenerate fags. Burn Trent Lott wrapped in his Confederate flag. I got the Beretta with my face wrapped in a rag. So put the African slave jewelry in the bag. Motherfuckers tell me that a diamond is forever, but is it worth the blood of Malcolm and Medgar Evers? House niggas get your head severed trying to be thug. You don't concern me, I'm trying to hurt the people you love. Word of mouth is I'm in the club being sneaky. I'm like the body snatchers and your girl is getting sleepy. I murder you indiscreetly, right at the source, like the Roman legionnaire that stabbed Christ on the cross. This is about judo, it ain't about Jesus. And you shouldn't fucking talk about telekinesis. Nigga, please, moving shit with your mind. Try moving your moms out the projects with your rhymes. And next time, I'm coming after cualquiera. Profanity, fuck it, carajo, maldita mierda. Roll up the hierba y pásala para la izquierda. Put the price up to listen to me pop shit, cause I got Martha Stewart giving me stock tips. Underground money with honeys up in the whip. Bangbust.com, nigga, fucking your bitch. Yeah, played yourself, nigga. Fuck all y'all. You don't know shit about me. Don't ever open your mouth and discuss who the fuck I am. I thought I told y'all niggas on volume 1 I wasn't fucking around. You just slept, cause you sold a few thousand units in the golden era when niggas would buy anything on the shelf. Those days are through, and you're through with them. is upon us, and yet the past refuses to rest in its shallow grave. For those who hide behind the false image of the Son of Man shall stand before God. It has begun, the beginning of the end. Yeah. The voice of racism, preaching the gospel is devilish. A fake church called the Prophet Muhammad a terrorist. Forgetting God is not religion, but a spiritual bond. And Jesus is the most quoted prophet in the Quran. They bombed innocent people, trying to murder Saddam, when you gave them those chemical weapons to go to war with Iran. This is the information that they hold back from Peter Jennings, cause Condoleezza Rice is just a new age Sally Hemings. I break it down with critical language and spiritual anguish. The Judas I hang with, the guilt of betraying Christ, who murdered him, stole his religion, and painted him white. Translated in psychologically tainted philosophy, conservative political right-wing ideology, glued together sloppily the blasphemy of a nation. Got my back to the wall cause I'm facing assassination. Guantanamo Bay, federal incarceration. How could this be? The land of the free, home of the brave, indigenous Holocaust, and the home of the slaves. Corporate America, dancing offbeat to the rhythm. You really think this country never sponsored terrorism? Human rights violations, we continue the saga. El Salvador and the Contras in Nicaragua. And on top of that, you still wanna take me to prison just cause I won't trade humanity for patriotism. It's like MK Ultra controlling your brain, suggestive thinking causing your perspective to change. They wanna rearrange the whole point of view of the ghetto. The fourth branch of the government want us to settle. A bandana full of glittering generality, fighting for freedom and fighting terror. But what's reality? Read about the history of the place that we live in, and stop letting corporate news tell lies to your children. Flow like the blood of Abraham through the Jews and the Arabs, broken apart like a woman's heart, abused in the marriage, the brink of holy war, bottled up like a miscarriage. Embedded correspondence don't tell the source of the tension, and they refuse to even mention European intervention or the massacres in Jenin. The innocent screams, US manufactured missiles and M16s, weapon contracts and corrupted American dreams. Media censorship blocking out the video screens. A continent of oil kingdoms bought for a bargain. Democracy is just a word when the people are starving. The average citizen made to be blind to the reason. A desert full of genocide where the bodies are freezing, and the world doesn't believe that you're fighting for freedom cause you fucked the Middle East and gave birth to a demon. It's open season with the CIA bugging my crib, trapped in a ghetto region like a Palestinian kid, where nobody gives a fuck whether you die or you live. I'm trying to give the truth, and I know the price is my life, but when I'm gone they'll sing a song about Immortal Technique, who beheaded the president and the princes and sheiks. You don't give a fuck about us. I can see through your facade like a fallen angel standing in the presence of God. Bitch niggas scared of the truth when it looks at you hard. It's like MK Ultra controlling your brain, suggestive thinking causing your perspective to change. They wanna rearrange the whole point of view in the ghetto. The fourth branch of the government want us to settle. A bandana full of glittering generality, fighting for freedom and fighting terror. But what's reality? Martial law is coming soon to the hood to kill yo, while you hanging your flag out your project window. Yeah. The fourth branch of the government, aka the media, seems to now have a retirement plan for ex-military officials, as if their opinion was at all unbiased. A machine shouldn't speak for men, so shut the fuck up, you mindless drone. And you know it's serious when these same media outfits are spending millions of dollars on a PR campaign to try to convince you they're fair and balanced, when they're some of the most ignorant and racist people giving that type of mentality a safe haven. We act like we share in the spoils of war that they do. We die in wars, we don't get the contracts to make money off them afterwards. We don't get weapons contracts, nigga. We don't get cheap labor for our companies, nigga. We are cheap labor, nigga. Turn off the news and read, nigga. Read. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Ayo, the things I seen in life will make you choke by surprise. Like an aborted fetus in a jar that opened its eyes, provoking my demise and leave your spirit broken inside. Like the feeling of 50 million people hoping you die. And niggas wonder why my heart is full of hatred and anger. Cause some bitch killed my firstborn son with a coat hanger. I strangled out the pain until my soul was empty and cold, crippled and worthless, so I thought that it could never be sold. My mother told me that placing my faith in God was the answer. But then I hated God cause he gave my mother cancer, killing her slow like the feds did to the Black Panthers. The genesis of genocide is like a pagan religion, carefully hidden, woven into the holidays of a Christian. I had a vision of nuclear holocaust on top of me, and this is prophecy, the words that I speak from my lungs. The severed head of John the Baptist speaking in tongues like Che Guevara. My soliloquies speak to a gun. Pain is slow motion like trees that reach for the sun. Nigga, the preaching is done, cause I don't got a DJ like Reverend Run. I curse the life of any man who kills benevolent ones. I never asked to be the messenger, but I was chosen to speak the words of every African slave dumped in the ocean, stolen by America, tortured, buried and frozen, written out of the history books your children are holding, internally bleeding, cold-blooded, stripped of emotion. I go through the motions, but there's no life in my eyes. It's like I'm hooked up to a respirator, waiting to die. Hooked up to the fucking chair, waiting to fry. Soothing electrocution, currently used in my execution. Producing thoughts at the speed of light, burning confusion. I'm losing my sight, breathing is tight, the evening is white. I made my peace with the Lord and now I stand on his right. Death is another part of life. These are my last words. I'm having difficulty breathing, dying on the inside, internally bleeding. Angel of death dragging me away while I'm sleeping, watching my world crumble in front of me, searching for meaning. These are my last words. I'm having difficulty breathing, dying on the inside, internally bleeding. Angel of death dragging me away while I'm sleeping, watching my world crumble in front of me, searching for meaning.
Homeland and Hip Hop. To think about the origins of hip hop in this culture and also about homeland security is to see that there are, at the very least, two worlds in America. One of the well-to-do and another of the struggling. For if ever there was the absence of homeland security, it is seen in the gritty roots of hip hop. For the music arises from a generation that feels, with some justice, that they have been betrayed by those who came before them. That they are, at best, tolerated in schools, feared on the streets, and almost inevitably destined for the hellholes of prison. They grew up hungry, hated, and unloved. And this is the psychic fuel that generates the anger that seems endemic in much of the music and poetry. One senses very little hope above the personal goals of wealth to climb above the pit of poverty. In the broader society, the opposite is true. For here, more than any other place on earth, wealth is so widespread and so bountiful that what passes for the middle class in America could pass for the upper class in most of the rest of the world. Their very opulence and relative wealth makes them insecure, and homeland security is a governmental phrase that is as oxymoronic, as crazy as, say, military intelligence or the U.S. Department of Justice. They're just words that have very little relationship to reality. Now, do you feel safer now? Do you think you will anytime soon? Do you think duct tape and Kleenex and color codes will make you safer? From death row, this is Mumia Abu Jamal.
There are many governments, business interests, even religious leaders that would like to see me depart this earth. I'll grant them their wish soon enough. But before I do, I wish to make a small contribution, a final gesture of goodwill to the people of this little planet that have given, from whom I have taken so much.
Immortal Technique. Revolutionary Volume 2. Yeah. Broadcasting live from Harlem, New York. Let the truth be known. You better watch what the fuck flies out of your mouth, or I'ma hijack a plane and fly it into your house. Burn your apartment with your family tied to the couch and slit your throat so when you scream, only blood comes out. I doubt that there could ever be a more wicked MC, cause AIDS-infested child molesters aren't sicker than me. I see the world for what it is, beyond the white and the black. The way the government downplays historical facts, cause the United States sponsored the rise of the Third Reich, just like the CIA trained terrorists how to fight, build bombs and sneak box cutters onto a flight. When I was a child, the devil himself bought me a mic, but I refused to offer, cause God sent me to strike with skills unused like fallopian tubes in a dike. My words will expose George Bush and Bin Laden as two separate parts of the same seven-headed dragon, and you can't fathom the truth, so you don't hear me. You think Illuminati's just a fucking conspiracy theory? That's why conservative racists are all running shit, and your phone is tapped by the federal government. So I'm jamming frequencies in your brain when you speak to me. Technique, a rip a rapper to pieces indecently, pack weapons illegally, cause I'm never hesitant. Sniper scoping a commission, controlling the president. Father, forgive them, for they don't know right from wrong. The truth is set you free, written down in a song, and the song has the cause of death written in code. The word of God brought to light that'll save your soul. Save your soul, motherfucker. Save your soul. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hacked the Pentagon for self-incriminating evidence of Republican manufactured white powder pestilence. Marine Corps flak vest with the guns and ammo, spitting bars like a demon stuck inside a piano. Turn a Sambo into a soldier with just one line. So here's the truth about the system that'll fuck up your mind. They gave Al-Qaeda $6 billion in 1989 to 1992, and now the last chapters of Revelations are coming true. And I know a lot of people find it hard to swallow this, cause subliminal bigotry makes you hate my politics, but you act like America wouldn't destroy 2 buildings in a country that was sponsoring bombs dropped on our children. I was watching the towers, and though I wasn't the closest, I saw them crumble to the earth like they were full of explosives, and they thought nobody noticed the news report that they did about the bombs planted on the George Washington Bridge. 4 non-Arabs arrested during the emergency, and then it disappeared from the news permanently. They dubbed the tape of Osama, and they said it was proof. Jealous of our freedom, I can't believe you bought that excuse. Rocking a motherfucking flag don't make you a hero. Word to Ground Zero, the devil crept into heaven. God overslept on the 7th. The New World Order was born on September 11th. Father, forgive them, for they don't know right from wrong. The truth is set you free, written down in a song, and the song has the cause of death written in code. The word of God brought to light that'll save your soul. Save your soul, motherfucker. Save your soul. And just so conservatives don't take it to heart, I don't think Bush did it, cause he isn't that smart. He's just a stupid puppet taking orders on his cell phone from the same people that sabotaged Senator Wellstone. The military industry got it popping and locking, looking for a way to justify the Wolfowitz doctrine. And as a matter of fact, Rumsfeld, now that I think back, without 9/11 you couldn't have a war in Iraq, or a defense budget of world conquest proportions, kill freedom of speech and revoke the right to abortion, tax cut extortion, a blessing to the wealthy and wicked. But you still have to answer to the Armageddon you scripted. And Dick Cheney, you fucking leech, tell them your plans about building your pipelines through Afghanistan, and how Israeli troops train the Taliban in Pakistan. You might have some house niggas fooled, but I understand colonialism is sponsored by corporations. That's why Halliburton gets paid to rebuild nations. Tell me the truth, I don't scare into paralysis. I know the CIA saw Bin Laden on dialysis in '98 when he was top 10 for the FBI. Government ties is really why the government lies. Read it yourself instead of asking the government why, cause then the cause of death, the cause the propaganda to die.
He's scheduled for 60 Minutes next. He's going on French, British, Italian, Japanese television. People everywhere are starting to listen to him. It's embarrassing.
Freedom of speech, motherfucker. Okay. Something for the kids. Step in the club smoothly with the L in my hand. Bitches know that I'm a freak, like the Elephant Man. Intelligent plans, fuck a record deal. I want development land with my benevolent clan. And that's the reason that I only trust my fam. 40,000 records sold, 400 grand. Fuck a middleman, I won't pay anyone else. I'll bootleg it and sell it to the streets myself. I'd rather be that than signed and stuck on a shelf. And because of this, executives try to diss me. Racism frozen in time like Walt Disney. And now they say they wanna get me signed to the majors if I switch up my politics and change my behavior. Trying to tell me what the rhyme about over the beat. Bitch niggas that never spent a day in the street. But I repeat that, nobody can hold my reins. I put the truth on tracks, nigga, simple and plain.
I got no strings, so I have fun. I'm not tied up to anyone. They got strings, but you can see there are no strings on me.
I guess to America, I'm a disaster. A slave that was destined to own his masters. Independent in every single sense of the word. I say what I want, you fucking little sensitive herb. This is America. I thought we had freedom of speech, but now you wanna try to control the way that I speak. And O'Reilly, you think you a patriot? Yeah, right. You ain't nothing but a motherfucking racist bitch, full of hatred, pressing the button, trying to eject me. But I don't got no motherfucking deal with Pepsi. No corporate sponsor telling me what to do, asking me to tone it down during the interview. Trying to minimize the issue, but I'm keeping it large. I love the place I live, but I hate the people in charge. Speaking is hard when you got strings attached, so I'ma say it for you, cause I don't got none of that. And if you didn't understand what I spit at your brain, hey yo son, let this little nigga explain.
I got no strings, so I have fun. I'm not tied up to anyone. They got strings, but you can see there are no strings on me.
Come on son, y'all niggas know the way that I do. ImmortalTechnique.com live for you. And I know sometimes it be making you nervous, the way I smash puppet rappers that belong in a circus. You motherfuckers just can't compare. Looking for a fan base that's no longer there. I know that you're scared and you're hiding up in the cut, but this is freedom of speech, nigga, tell them what's up. Word, nigga, fuck John Ashcroft. Nigga, fuck Fox News. Fuck those snake ass bitches trying to manipulate your opinion, telling you what to think. Word the fuck up, nigga. Like we invaded niggas cause we wanna free them. You racist motherfucker. You don't give a shit about those people. You can suck my dick. Relax, Tech, relax. Another rum and coke at the bar, nigga. It's my day off. Word up. Fuck. For the kids. For the kids. Beat bandits. They told me I would never make it, I would never achieve it. Reality is nourishment, but people don't believe it. I guess it's hard to stomach the truth like a bulimic. It's a dirty game and nobody is willing to clean it. But this is for the paraplegic, people dreaming of running, ladies married to men who don't please them, dreaming of coming. Verbally murderous like David Berkowitz when I'm gunning. Some cowards on the internet didn't think I would sell, scared to talk shit in person cause they stuck in a shell and couldn't understand the pain of being stuck in a cell. Hell is not a place you go if you're not a Christian. It's the failure of your life's greatest ambition. It's a bad decision to blindly follow any religion. I don't see the difference in between the wrong and the wrong. Soldiers emptying the clips at little kids and their moms are just like a desperate motherfucker strapped to a bomb. Humanity's gone, smoked up in a gravity bong by a Democrat, Republican, Cheech and Chong. Immortal Technique, you never heard me preaching a song. I'm not controversial, I'm just speaking the facts. Put your hands in the air like you got the heat to your back and shake your body like a baby born addicted to crack. And since life's a gamble like the craps tables at Vegas, I freestyle my destiny. It's not written in pages. When they tell us how far we came to be, as if our people's history started with slavery. Painfully I discovered the shit they kept a secret. This is the exodus like the black Jews out of Egypt. I keep it reality based with the music I make. Blow up the truth in your face with the style I run with, like the Navy missile that shot down Flight 800. I'm like the Africans who came here before Columbus, and from the 1500s until after tomorrow I watch Latin America get raped in the sorrow. You see, the Spaniards never left después de Colón. And if you don't believe me, you can click on Univision. I never seen so much racism in all of my life. Every program and newscast, all of them white. It's like apartheid with 10% ruling the rest. That type of stress will make me put the fucking tool in your chest. Step in my way, nigga, I wouldn't wanna be ya. I burn slow like pissing drunk with gonorrhea. I'll do a free show in North Korea, burning the flag, while J. Edgar Hoover politicians dress up in drag, trying to confuse you, making it hard to follow this. Capitalism and democracy are not synonymous. You swallow propaganda like a birth control pill, selling your soul to the eye on the back of the dollar bill. But that'll never be me, cause I'm leaving the past like an abused wife with the kids, leaving your ass like a drug addict, clean and sober, leaving the stash. Unbreakable technique, leaving a plane crash. I'm out with the black box and I refuse to return. I spit reality instead of what you usually learn, and I refuse to be concerned with condescending advice, cause I'm the only motherfucker that could change my life. Some people think I won't make it, but I know that I will escape the emptiness, cause that shit is slow and it kills. The flow and the skill, I made y'all believe it at last. You can make the future, but it starts with leaving the past.
More to life than how many women you have sex with, and there's more to life than how many girls you have on the side, and there's more to life than all that stupid shit. In the end, honestly, what really counts is love between people and how much somebody cares about you.
her way to becoming a college graduate. Wouldn't even stop to talk to the average kid. The type of Latina I'd sit and contemplate marriage with. Fuck the horse and carriage shit, her love was never for hire. Disciplined, intellectual beauty's what I desire. Flyer than Selma Hayek or Jennifer Lopez. Everyone told me kicking it to her was hopeless. At first I just thought she didn't mess with broke kids. The thug niggas always talking about how they smoke kids, but the rich sniff coke kids got no play. I'm not even interested what her body language would say. Everyone around the way gave up trying to get in it, cause didn't matter how good your game was, she wasn't with it. All the block bitches was jealous but wouldn't admit it. Talk shit and deny to everyone that they did it, cause they regretted the long list of niggas that they let hit it. And no one ever gave them shit except McDonald's and Diddick. Smoking weed with thoughts of envy whenever they lit it. She spoke intelligently and they bit it, always trying to copy, but when they tried to use her vocab they sounded sloppy. She had a style all her own, respectful and pure. I was sick in the head for her and there wasn't a cure. Brown and beautiful, yet empty and sad. I used to talk to her occasionally and she was glad that I wasn't just another nigga trying to get in it. So every now and then we'd stop and talk for a minute. I didn't have a gimmick, so the minutes turned to hours. On her birthday, I gave her a poem with flowers. Then I took her out to dinner after her cousin's baby shower. We talked about power to the people and such. We spent more time together, but it was never enough. I never tried to sneak a touch or even cop a feel. I was too interested in keeping it real, perfectly honest and complete. She would always call me cariño and never technique. Bought me a new book to read every 2 or 3 weeks, forever changing the expression of my thoughts when I speak. It was because of her I even deaded all of my freaks. She convinced me to stop hanging out on the streets, to stop robbing and stealing from people like you. Instead I took her out to the Apollo and the Bronx Zoo, Museo del Barrio and the Metropolitan too. Got to the point where I was either with her or my crew. So I decided one day to tell her my feelings was true. I couldn't live without her, so I told her face of my fears. But honey's only response was a face full of tears. She could only sob hysterically, holding me tight. I tried to speak, but she wouldn't stop until I left sight. I felt like a moth who got himself too close to the light. Except I didn't burn, I turned cold after that night.
Don't you know that time waits for no man, and our fate is all planned? I blessed just to know you, to be loved and I'm lost just to hold you all. I can't find a reason why God came between you and I. And if I had the chance again, I'd never let you go. Hold tight to your love, cause you never know.
I went on with my life, college and my career. Ended up locked up like an animal for a year, where the COs talk to you like they were the overseer. Then I got sent to the hole when my exit was near. At night in my cell, I'd close my eyes and I'd see her, hold her close in my dreams. But when I woke, she disappeared. Just an empty cell until the state gave me parole. In the summer, came back intact and on track. But the fact of the matter is I still felt cold, even after my mother hugged me crying at home. My real niggas would catch me thinking out of my zone, fucking lots of different women, but I still felt alone. Relatively well known around the New York underground, but I kept thinking of her and how we used to be down. The sound of her voice and the beautiful smell of her hair, though gone physically, somehow it was still there. I had to do something because the shit was too much to bear. So I went and visited the building where she used to live. The world looks a lot different after you do a bid. Your way of life done changed, while primitive minds are still stuck in the same game. Like her cousin who was on the corner slinging cocaine, stepped in the lobby and tapped the button next to her last name. Her mom buzzed me up and hugged me up like a mother order, but her facial expression changed when I asked about her daughter.
No man, and our fate is all planned. I blessed just to know you, to be loved and I'm lost just to hold you all. I can't find a reason why God came between you and I.
me that there was a note for me that was left behind, and she had left it there waiting for such a long time. I was inclined to ask about it, but she brought it up first. I saw a tear swelling up in her eye, and then she cursed. She told me where the letter was, and I started thinking the worst. Reversed my position, stepped over and opened the door, and sure enough there was an envelope with my name on the floor. Nobody loves you more than me, cariño's what the letter said. By the time you get to read this, I'll probably be dead. But when you left in '97, a part of me went to heaven. I thank God at least I got to know what love really was. But it hurt me to see what true love really does. Cause even though we never made love, you were all that there was. It was because I loved you so much that I had to make you leave. You made me doubt the way I thought, you made me wanna believe. And then I slipped up and I let you get close to me. It was hard to not be openly when people spoke to me. This was not the way I thought my life was supposed to be. Baby, don't you see? I had a blood transfusion that left me with HIV. Hope didn't exist for me since late in 1993. I died a virgin. I wish I could have given myself to you. I cried in the hospital cause there was no one else but you. Promise that you'll meet me in paradise inevitably. No matter what, I'll keep your love forever with me. What happened for the rest of the day is still a blur, but I remember wishing that I was dead instead of her. She was buried on August 3rd. The story ends without a sequel, and now you know our technique. Don't fucking fall in love with people. Hold the person that you love closely if they're next to you. The one you love, not the person that simply has sex with you. Appreciate them to the fullest extent, and then beyond, cause you never really know what you got until it's gone.
Yo, Tech, it's the last call, baby. What's good? Yeah, you know, remix just feels right, though. Before we get out of here, you gotta drop one last gem on them, though, fam. No question. It's like the elders told me. No one person can do everything, but everyone could do something. So we gotta rep for all them niggas that ain't here right now. On the outro tip, the one remix.
Yo, one enterprises comprises the artist and the sound. The pen and paper plays my savior while I'm getting down. Pray for my neighbors as a favor for holding me down. Slave for my papers as I savor the weight that it pounds. It's underground, but the blatant vibrations while he found. Facing a nation, complacent radio stations now. Stop hesitating and contemplating the way we patient. So I'm motivating and get them playing this shit we saying. Ain't no delaying in this war that we getting slated. Cause time's a wasting while we stand adjacent to abrasions. They fouls is more than flagrant. And so I see the prince's cages while I pound the pavement. Looking for payment, saying fuck enslavement. Using the tools of old ancients. Announcing my engagement to this music that we making. Ain't no faking on tracks, and we don't never come whack. Immortal Technique and a kid, y'all niggas fear it's a rap. It's like
one love, one music, one people, one movement, one heart, one spark, one gift, one lift, one stance, one shift, one way, one day, one. Immortal Technique in the trenches with my nigga Akir. A family survived the genocide so we could be here. And now we enterprise the aftermath, one and the same. Living the revolution till we catch one in the brain. And even then my spirit will return in heavenly form and wipe the chessboard clean on my enemies' pawns. The Red Dawn communist threat buried and gone. So they invented a war the government could carry on. It makes me wonder if the word of God is lost in a man. This is for the children of Iraq, lost in the sand. This is for the illest MCs that'll never be known. And this is for all the soldiers that'll never come home. I wrote this for Mumia, stuck in the beast. For people who march in the streets and struggle for peace. For hood niggas born rugged, never rockin' Versace. Eddie Ramirez, Cousin George, and my old friend Sashi. Chris from the block, and all my niggas stuck in a cell. Paul Wolfowitz, motherfucker, I'll see you in hell. My destiny's to show the world that the music is real. Go back in time and play this shit for the slaves in the field. And for my children in the future that are waiting to breathe. People slowly dying, hanging on, waiting to leave. Believe when I'm gone and this album's on a library shelf, I'll be one with God and one with you and everything else. One love, one brought to you by the type of motherfuckers who ain't scared of shit. And if you playing this album, and I'm no longer here, sometime far away from when I recorded this, remember that history isn't the way the corporate controlled media made it look like. Read between the lines and free your mind. Revolution is the birth of equality and the antithesis to oppression. But this is only built for real motherfuckers. So when I'm gone, don't let nobody I never got along with try to make songs kissing my ass, recycling my beats and my vocals. The shit is real over here, man. Thank you for listening, and thank you for supporting independent hip-hop, the heart and soul of our culture, keeping the truth alive. Good night, my people. Good night.